Morning and welcome in, everybody. Before we get into this morning's update, and it's going to be like a blast from the past because I'm at my son's writing and speech therapy. He does it in the summer. He's special needs, but he's getting adapted to his new elementary, and it's been very nice here in the summertime. He's in a great group, but yesterday I tried to warn about a 15% drop coming across the board, and we'll see if that plays out. Unfortunately, on YouTube, it was taken down for violating community standards. Apparently, I got a little too passionate, and a lot of people complained. But you got to give me some grace sometimes when I get frantic like that, because I'm trying to get 45,000 people out of the way in my viewing audience. And I was really stressed out because I could see it coming. I felt like it wasn't being, the warnings weren't being heeded. And I wanted to try to put it out in a way, and I got a little frantic, a little emotional, but I got the point across. I apologized during the live for, maybe jumping down throats of a few. I owned it, and we did a very nice live in the live for an hour and 15 minutes. We pinpointed this, and now I want to show you the possibilities. XRP has hit the short-term FVG, and if it holds 328, that is the first area to me where it could hold. However, if it breaks this down, I have a fear that we could backtest around that $3 area if this drops, maybe 305. But the thing that is unfortunate is that live that I did yesterday, the only way to show you what I actually did is what's in the content link still from yesterday and my Telegram. I had done an hour and 15 minute live that got taken down. If you go to it, it's not there anymore. It's removed. Video has been removed. It says by uploader, which isn't fair because YouTube took it down, and I shared the thing that I got from YouTube with my Telegram. I didn't take it down. I don't want this taken down because it was a foresight of what was going to happen. This would have been a very popular video. There was over 1,000 people that viewed it during the live, but I said XRP crypto, something doesn't feel right. 15% drop across the board coming in. It was a very valuable live. So the ones who watched it, I appreciate you being there. I don't appreciate YouTube gaslighting it like I took it down, because that was a very important live. I'm not going to take my content out after spending an hour and 15 minutes doing it. It doesn't even make sense. Now I lose revenue. I lose any kind of incentive if somebody wanted to donate. It's a whole bunch of stuff. But my fear here is if we do fall down, and we're going to have to watch Ethereum, because technically Ethereum, I know it's dropped some here, but with this head and shoulders that it's building, I really do feel like we're going for a daily retest in a lot of these for a daily retest in the daily time frame at the 20-day to confirm these daily golden crosses. It's very unusual. You don't backtest a golden cross in the daily, especially when you get the 100 cross and the 200 to confirm it. It's usually a lagging indicator. So you get a lot of people pouring in saying, well, we got the confirmation and the validity now because the 100 crossed the 200 as well as the 50 and the 20 crossed and the 200. This is bona fide. Now people get in and you backtest that breakout, which in theory should be the daily and the 20-day. It doesn't always go that far down. It could reverse itself. We don't know. We have to see how this plays out. But right now, it seems to be, we could be pulling that directive. And if we are, this rally or this drop is only about halfway done. Otherwise, if we bounce off of these FVGs in some cases, if we bounce off of these consolidations, we're good. But with Bitcoin, remember, we drew this line here before this rise up. If it's below this line, you always have the ability. And as I stated, I thought Bitcoin was coming up to 122. And we targeted it for a long time. And I said, if we're going to 143, you cannot go straight up. You have to come back and backtest 113.6. You're not going to have that rising triangle breakout and not backtest it before the ultimate move. And then you can see whether or not this really is meant to break out to 143 or if we have to drop. That's why I thought if we came up here, this would be the logical solution here. If we were to backtest here at about 113,800. So I hate that I'm doing this on my phone, but my son's in his therapy with Miss Emily right now, so I have to do this by phone because I can't use my tablet here because I didn't bring it. But I figured this would be a good enough way to put out a couple of minutes. So that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. I would really like to see it come down and retest at 113. Does it have to happen? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. If we can hold these drops right now, we can go a little bit more parabolic here in the short term. So we have to see if this drop is complete, or if this is something more. If there's something more here, I don't know. But we'll see. We're still within the setup. So standard operating procedure. So now, if we end up breaking through this, what can happen is we would have that drop down, and it could be even worse than just that little short term. I don't really want to go from up there. I'd prefer to go from right here because of the consolidation on Bitcoin. Obviously, you could go farther back, but this is the consolidation that I see fit. And if we play this, we'll be able to see if it drops out of here, then yeah, we'll go to 113,800, maybe even possibly back down to the uptrend at 110. But this is a very, very important moment here for cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, because if we do fall out from this level, it's going to be a little bit interesting, I must say. So we'll watch this. I'll be very transparent to see if Bitcoin does have to come down any farther, or maybe this is the drop. But XRP needs to hold for transparency, $3.28 right here. Otherwise, we could open up a little bit more of a drop here, if I'm being honest. We drew this out yesterday. If you were in the live, unfortunately got taken down. But we drew that down, and I asked the audience, do you see a rising wedge, or what do you see? And they said rising wedge. Some said rising triangle, but I felt like it was a rising wedge. Some said bull flag, which I disagreed with. But now we have the technical drop point, and the technical drop here is going to be... Ooh, see, we're not even there yet. The technical drop brings us down to the daily and the 2-hour time frame, if this plays true, down to $3.11 area. $3.08 to $3.11 if this plays true. So I don't think we're done yet, most likely. Now, we could get volume and things could change, but I'm just telling you, if we stay true, I don't think we're done yet. And I tried to forward warn. I apologize that the emotion, it came out the way it did and my content got taken down, but it was needed. I felt the stress of trying to get out 45,000 people out of positions if they wanted to not sit through a drop. And that's why I was so frantic yesterday. Even in the Telegram, I was trying to advise everybody without advising them. Like, I can't make the decision for you. You're not supposed to follow me just blindly. But if it matches with what you're seeing, or if you have faith in what I'm saying, if I get out of the way, and that doesn't count XRP or XRP healthcare, there's a reason why. So just consider that. I'll update you more. I'm going to release this, and have a blessed day, everybody. I'll talk to you more when I get home from my son. It's, actually, I should do the intro. Good morning. 11:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So we'll keep updating as the day goes on. We'll try to figure this out as the day goes on. We'll see where the next levels line up, but I at least wanted to get you ahead a little bit with this. I did a short this morning, but like I said, I'm busy with my son with his therapies, and we'll be home sometime after 11:30. I have some kind of a meeting at 12:30 with my website, and then after that, I don't know how long it's going to take. We'll probably do a live when I become free. So have a blessed day, everybody, and we'll meet when we meet.